lots of change for the Shockers over the summer. Koch Arena got a new scoreboard, the team got some new players, and the locker room got some new digs. All of this was set up for one of the biggest parties for Shocker basketball in recent memory. Well, I talked with Salina South head coach Sam Sellers before kickoff, and he said beating Hutchinson last year may give his team more confidence this year. But he says it definitely doesn't guarantee them a win. Good evening, everyone. The K-State football team called last week's last-minute loss a wake-up call, and now they have a chance to even their record against Louisiana. Next football season, there'll be a new face in the press box. Jansen has decided to retire and move to Lawrence to be closer to family. K-State traveling down to Stillwater to take on number 21 Oklahoma State. The Wildcats are trying to avoid back-to-back losses. Well, the Roundhouse is a difficult place to travel to, something the Salina Central girls teams know very well. The Lady Mustangs haven't won in McPherson in more than 2 decades. Now both teams have very different postseason stories. Wichita West hasn't made it to a playoff game in 11 years, while Salina South made it all the way to sub-state last year. But they both know the importance of this game. It's either win or hang up your jerseys for the year. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs haven't had a playoff win in over 20 years. Today they appeared to be on the right track to end that drought. But they'd have to do it without Pro Bowler Jamal Charles, who was hurt in the very first minutes of the game. It didn't seem like it was going to be a problem at first. Up 10-7, Alex Smith hitting Donnie Avery for 79 yards down the middle and a 17-7 lead. You can see Coach Jaden Adams standing on the sidelines at every practice and every game.
Ever since I've been around football, it's something that gets me excited like nothing else does.
He's part of a Beloit football team that's tearing through the competition, with a senior class that has been playing together since they were little and are no longer just a team, but
brothers, I could say. I know we've been through everything together.
We know a lot about each other. We hang out together. We trust each other on the field, if you can put it that way. I mean,
just 2 years ago, Coach Adams was number 30, sophomore star running back, averaging 200 yards a game until
he collapsed shortly before halftime.
It was an experience that I'd never been through in life. Naturally, very scared.
He was taken to the hospital with a traumatic brain injury and was in a coma for about a week.
We always knew he'd come back to us. Yes, I never doubted that.
He did come back, but number 30 did not.
When I started to realize I couldn't ever play football anymore, it's probably, well, for sure the toughest thing ever in my life.
He wasn't ready to give up.
He really seems as if he's been coaching longer than he actually has.
My dad had drilled into me the win each day and make every day a great day.
And now his impact is still felt in the stadium on Friday nights and every day at practice.
He started it with us. It'd be wrong to have him not finish it with us too.
It would not be the same for me if I could not be able to be with the team. I mean, it's just something I love to do.
Well, McPherson and Hayden have only met once in the state tournament, and that was way back in 1965. And McPherson won the game by 10 points. And now they're going at it again in the high school version of the Big Dance. Head coach Kirk Kinnaman looking for his 5th state title, which would give him the most in school history. McPherson getting the game started quickly. Hayden would try to hang with them for a while, but turnovers helped the Bullpups gain momentum. Sophomore Drew Pyle had a great first half shooting. He was 3 for 4 from the arc and ended the night with 21 points.
I was just knocking down shots. I relied on my team to get me the ball, and I just made the shots.
But he wasn't the only one. McPherson had 6 guys score in the first half to help them get the 25-14 lead going into the locker room. And in the second half, they continued to pile it on. Hayden would get it within 8, but no closer, as McPherson skated their way to the 57-40 win, giving head coach Kirk Kinnaman his 5th win, one he got to share with his player and son Kyler.
I'm having a hard time talking because it's a pretty emotional deal when you have kids that invest like these guys do, and when your own son's a part of that, it's really special.
They sent seniors Peter and Ryan Horton off with a victory.
It's awesome to end it, but it doesn't feel like it's over yet.
An injured senior, Keyshawn Sewell, not only got to suit up because his teammate gave him his spot, but he also got to be the first to touch the state championship trophy.
He's the best teammate we've ever had. He's the best guy we have. It was terrible to see him go down with that injury that ended the season. So, it was really important for us to let him suit up the last game and let him hold the trophy.
Those guys, I love them. They carried me through my injury all season. I've never met a greater group of guys, and it was absolutely the best feeling I've ever had in the world. So, unbelievable, unbelievable.
In Salina, Samantha Anderson, Eyewitness Sports. The sound of a bat hitting a ball. It could mean a single, a double, or even a home run. But for the Salina South softball team, it's the sound of hope.
Every hit you get money added on, so the more hits, the better not only do you do personally, but you do for raising money for cancer.
Head coach Kenny Waldman put together the Hits for Hope campaign. It raises money for research at the Tammy Walker Cancer Center.
It's a great feeling knowing that I can help out my community because our community does so much for us.
And for many of the Cougars, cancer isn't just a face in the crowd. It hits much closer to home.
My mom had it in 2008 and my grandma got diagnosed with it in 2011.
I have had a couple family members pass away, and currently my uncle is in remission.
My great uncle and my grandpa have cancer. I had a grandpa who passed away from cancer.
Not all of the work takes place on the field. The players go out and build a team of sponsors.
I want my athletes to be involved with the community. I think that's very important.
Throughout the season, the girls raised 25 cents for each single, 50 cents for a double, 75 cents for a triple, and each home run's worth $1. And each time a sponsored player crosses home plate, it's $1.25.
Every little hit you get, every little 25 cents that you make, it helps.
1, 2, here we go.
The extra pressure could help when they're down in the count.
I try to make better hits and better decisions when I go up there.
The game is still a game, but these girls are playing for more than just numbers on a scoreboard.
If they could just find a cure and just knock it out, because then no one would have to go through the pain and suffering.